In the shadows where the evil looks and calls, dragons rise from ashes, breaking down the walls. With a fire in their hearts, they ignite the night. The will of a demon in the heavens blight. Vengeance is mine, no escape from my throne. Face my wrath, you'll see how seeds are sown. Dragon's blood runs deep, hear the battle drums. In the scare of shadows, over the wicked come. Fight to live or die, the night's fierce embrace. And in a world of fury, I'll carve my place. I'll carve my place. The ground trembles, your silence is the prey. Fighting back the darkness, I'm here to slay. Devil's fury.
Hello, and welcome to the lore of the Dante Hinton The Movie series. Today, we'll be discussing what happened in Dante Hinton The Movie 1. With Dante Hinton The Movie 9 on the way, let's bring you up to speed about the series. Dante Hinton. The movie was released June 1st, 2004 and re-released on August 11th, 2005. 500 years ago, a sorcerer named Rujinra Kazumura was banished to the underworld by guardians in a world called the Sacred Realm. He coveted an ancient gem known as the Ruby of Evolution, which grants its user immortality. During this time, one of the guardians had a disturbing vision of Rujinra's return and what chaos would unfold if he does. Through great prophecy, they believed only the Chosen One will be able to defeat Rujinra, or the Sacred Realm will be plunged into darkness if he should fail. Dante Hinton, at the age of 14, plans to go on a summer vacation, but his plans are a halt as he receives a mysterious invitation to a tournament. He disregards the letter, believing it to be some kind of prank. That is until a group of monsters unexplainably enter through a vortex to his home. At this time, he meets a young woman named Kiyomi Tokiyama, a skilled fighter using a pendant to travel through different dimensions to recruit fighters. Seeing Dante's combat skills, Kiyomi decided to bring Dante with her to the Sacred Realm, explaining the situation to him. Dante tries to find his way back home, but ends up being lost. Annoyed by Dante's complaining, Kiyomi informs him that he might ever be able to return home, much to Dante's shock. Jirei Tokiyama is Kiyomi's grandfather and headmaster of a demon-slaying guild called the Slayer Squad. He raised Kiyomi since birth. However, unbeknownst to Kiyomi, her mother is still alive. At the age of 60, he and his granddaughter Kiyomi were given a task by Princess Ruby Yozigi to recruit as many fighters as possible to fight against Rujinra and his forces after his resurrection was confirmed. He meets Dante and informs him about the tournament Rujinra is hosting. Jirei also informs Dante that in order to return home, he must defeat Rujinra. Trey Mitchells, a judo fighter. Like Dante, Trey was also recruited from the real world to fight against Rujinra in the tournament. Christina Cloud, also known as the Wild Gunslinger, is a member of the Slayer Squad. She is also the rival of Kiyomi Tokiyama since their childhood, and the younger cousin of assassin Leah Maxwell. In contrast to Kiyomi's serious demeanor, Christina is a laid-back young woman with a southern drawl. She often shows off her skills, much to Kiyomi's annoyance during missions, but in the end, Christina gets down to business when it matters most. Kazuya Hachijo. He is the heir of the Hachijo royal family, who trains in the art of advanced Hachijo martial arts. He joins the Slayer Squad to prove his worth to Jirei after knowing the history of his family throughout the years. With the tournament's fighters gathered together, the tournament commences. Trey warms up after defeating an unknown opponent. Christina defeats Leah Maxwell, and later was defeated by Kiyomi Tokiyama. Dante progresses through the tournament, defeating Dr. Crow Bane, a researcher who is Rujinra's advisor. Jirei defeats Kazuya, much to Kazuya's annoyance. Kazuya, feeling ashamed from defeat, plots to take over the Slayer Squad as its new leader. But Dante stops him. Kiyomi also progresses through the tournament, defeating her rival Christina and the bandit Seishiro. Dante and Trey square up in the quarterfinals, ultimately with Dante emerging victorious. After their fight, Trey vows to get a rematch next time they meet. Jireh defeats Princess Ruby. After the fight, Princess Ruby gives him the Ruby of Evolution. However, the Dark Priestess Kazumi Hiroshima, whom Kiyomi defeats in the semi-finals, steals it to bring to Rujinra. Kiyomi, during their fight, discovers that Kazumi is her mother. Kazumi tries to convince her to join Rujinra's forces, but Kiyomi refuses. As Kazumi attempts to use black magic to manipulate her, Kiyomi, to Kazumi's surprise, defeats her. Dante defeats Jireh in the semi-finals and moves to the final round as he faces Kiyomi Tokiyama. Kazumi, with her last ounce of strength, uses black magic to control Kiyomi to kill Dante. After a grueling showdown, Dante defeats Kiyomi, thus winning the tournament, but Rujinra, with the Ruby of Evolution, challenges Dante. Princess Ruby gives Dante a sword known as Kazuo and tells him to use it when the time is right. The fight goes on for hours, and just as Rujinra gets to deliver the killing blow, Dante notices the sword glowing red and defeats Rujinra with just a swing. Dante defeats Rujinra. Standing over his body, Dante sighs in relief, knowing he's able to return home. However, he collapses due to fatigue. A few days later, he returns home. Trey also returns home. In his basement in his mobile home, he trains for the day he'll meet Dante again for a rematch. Christina tends to her long-lost cousin Leah Maxwell until the Sacred Realm guards come in to arrest Leah. Christina tries to reason with them, but Leah tells her it's okay, and she'll serve her sentence, accepting the responsibility of her role in Rujinra's endeavors. Seeing this, the kingdom gives her a 10-year sentence instead of a 50-year sentence. Meanwhile, Jireh and Kiyomi, recovered from their injuries, give Princess Ruby the Ruby of Evolution to have it either resealed away or destroyed. Unbeknownst to them, Kazumi is still lurking around.